Welcome back everybody into the daily recap of New York session. Today is Friday, the 29th of July, and we're coming towards the end of the month. And as you can see, this is what happened during New York. So at first we come into pre-New York, which is up to them, to this candle. And as you can see, these were my PSAs. So I had these price action, price sensitivity area was for buys. That's because of this huge rejection happening over there. Also during the London session, we had the candle strongly rejecting and bouncing from this level already. So I was expecting some buys, either to confirm or either to go then down below before continuing up. We had the sells on the top, and we had this minor resistance and minor supply area on the 15-minute. It's the price made new higher highs, then failed to make new higher highs. Still, it made a new low, and this price sensitivity area was sort of showing a new lower high. So this could have been a possible sell scalps. If broken, of course, then the price would have been making new higher lows, new higher highs to then continue to this level and bullish. But again, let's already see what happens. So we see that the price first bounced very aggressively from this level for like 50 pips at the start of New York, then went back, rejected, went into a sort of ranging period, and then with New York Stock Exchange and the 10 a.m. candles grabbed some liquidity at the buys PSA, which was already charted up, buys PSA, and then it never stopped going bullish. Broke above here. Yes, it was slowing down, but as you can see, the sell area was untouched, was basically touched, and then jumping back down almost 50 pips. So let's go back into the 1 minute, and as you can see, New York opens is over there. As you can see, price makes its way down. This is the first buy setup that as I showed you. So you can see that the price is reacting and rejecting exactly at this PPL again and closing bullish. This could be your high risk, high reward buys. We're not looking for sells, we're just looking for buys. This would have been almost 46 pips, and price is bouncing exactly over there. So what happens is that there you go, the sells were above here. It's sort of what happened yesterday, but sells were at this level, but we already had these previous lower highs, because if we look at the price, we are making new higher lows and new higher highs and new lower lows and new lower highs, and we made a new lower low. And this price action is a failure to make a new higher high. Now in insight, it makes much more sense than just waiting for the price to go to the sell and supply area. Price is failing to make new higher highs and higher lows, and that's where the price should reject. It can absolutely go and reject, because if we overlook, if we go on the zooming out, we fail to make a new low, and we can even have these as a new possible the failure to make a new higher high and then continue bearish from there. But anyway, I didn't take the sells. This was very aggressive sell due to the news. I don't even remember if I took any, or I was just looking. I think I took a buy. We're going to see it. So this one was the price action in the pre-New York. Okay, I took the first buys at this level because I had charted up this minor, where are we? This minor support But I took the buy at the first candle. I closed 50% at the first candle closing bearish. I mean, this is after this buy. I should have already closed 50% after this candle. And look at this price action, is shit, is absolutely garbage. And then I took 50 and 50, and that was my first loss. For this minor intermediate support, we had this low previously. And yes, I took the buy over there. That's what I was talking about. I saw the price bouncing, making a sort of double bottom. This is a PPL. The price was closing above the PPL, and I took an instinctive buys. I was not looking for sells because we are too close to a strong support, so that's why I took the buy. 10 pips and 20 pips. Took the full position and missed the buys afterwards. As you can see, this was all before the news. This would have gone 40 pips, but I only took like 20. I don't know why, don't ask me why, but I did. And then the news failed to make a new higher high, as I just said, and went aggressively. As these strong buys, which is a strong demand area, has already been shown here, price very aggressively went bearish, but then bounced back up. This is where the madness in my head happened. I mean, it's like 1 hour, 45 minutes, but that's where I took 10 trades, 9 trades. Okay, so I missed these buys. The candle was flipping. The first candle was bearish, and I said, okay, if this buy is going to happen, the candle from there has to flip. So if it flips, that's the way I can get into the buys. So I wanted to place a buy stop over there, and it would be 15 pips, but then price, as you can see, showed some rejection. Then we had this buy over there for 10 pips. This one is an actual entry because it's a double bottom, almost exactly like here. Double bottom at the rejection area, closing above the PPL. I took the buy, went 10 pips, took the partials, but then the price in the same candle, as you're going to see, closed bearish. So what happened is that when this candle closed, okay, so I had the automatic 10 pips, so I was all right. As you can see, we're at 18 pips. 10 pips, I was already 50% taken, and the rest at break even, like here. So the buys were okay and closing profits. Profits plus break even. When this candle closed bearish, I mean, is showing me that we made a breaker retest with all this liquidity, and then now the price can continue moving bearish. I mean, this demand area has been tapped multiple times, and for me, New York, with these such candles, for me, it was the good idea to take the sells. What happened was that I took the sell, the very next candle, look how it forms, tack. It was bullish, so I had the sell. When it was bullish, I closed 50% because I don't know, I was scared. So I closed 50%. And then when the candle closed bearish, I took another position. So that's why here it says that I took 2 positions. One at the candle open, then I closed 50%, and then I opened a second position. Both of them went to 10 pips. So I closed, so I had like, in total, it was, so I had 0.02 first position and 0.02 the second one. I took 0.02 at minus 6 pips, something like that. And then I took 0.02 at 10 pips, and the last 0.01 at break even, because then you see the price went back. So not really nice. I mean, it's still a profit, but was quite a messy management. As you can see, I'm in this range and I'm taking impulsive trades and I'm taking managing them poorly. I mean, I should not manage the trade in a few seconds. And that's also something that I used to do in the first FTMO challenge, if you remember. But anyway, you see the price is bouncing, and let's go, let's continue over there. I saw this price action, so I saw double bottom at the buys area, price slowing down, and then this candle was flipping bullish when I entered. So candle went down and then was flipping bullish. So in my head I said, okay, now we grabbed the liquidity and now we are ready to push up. As you can see, there's no confirmation. We are still in this range, and I already took like 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth trade in a matter of 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And that's bad. That's really bad. I took a buy and I closed full with the loss, of course, because end price went only 9 pips in profits from my entry instead of the 10. But it's fine. I mean, it was a bad idea. That's because of this area. I think it was already chart up now. That this was the buys. Now is buys turned sell. So the demand turned supply. So I should be looking for sells over there. That's the top of the range. If we are not breaking, I should look for sells. Buys over there, sells over there. So that was a mistake. And let's continue. So I had another loss. And then I took another entry. So over there, I took my sells. So let's jump back here. 15 pips. Nope. Like this, 15, 16 pips. As you can see, now price is making lower highs, and we are sort of in a wedge, but we are rejecting this level. So I didn't take this entry. I took this entry, which is for the confirmation of price engulfing and sort of showing some bearish strength. What happens is that the very next candle closes bullish, and I think I closed full at this candle close. But you see that my PSA of reference is this. So I should be waiting for the price to go to my 20 pips stop loss if the trade is not valid. But I took this and then I got out like here, because I said, okay, but if my trade was valid, it would have shown the bearish pressure. But I mean, it's not my job to understand the markets, and I have this PSA for a reason. If it's broken, then it's a loss. Otherwise, no. And instead, I closed full over here just to save some pips, but it's not what I want. I want to understand that I don't have to be afraid of taking losses, but that I can afford losses with the right risk management if the trade idea is invalid. The trade idea was not invalid because the price never broke my PSA of reference. Yes, it was not ideal. 13 pips would have gone in profit. It's not ideal because I'm taking a sell in the middle of the range. Look, that was not ideal. I'm taking a sell, not here. I'm taking a sell in the middle. So I'm already giving up like 10 pips. If I enter there, but if I want to sell, I see rejection, then I want to take a sell. It's already 20 pips. It's already in profit over there at this first candle. But I can't take buys over there, sells in the middle. That doesn't make sense in such a small range. And why am I fighting this range? That's the big issue. I mean, the PSA is staying as it is. Why should I keep fighting? And the trade idea is clearly invalid. Absolutely not. Was indeed valid because the PPL was still there. That's the reason of this stop loss. But that's why also, that's because of I'm afraid of losing. That's why I'm taking these small losses, but never I'm keeping small losses small, but I'm also keeping the wins very small, and that does make sense. And there you go. Now we are now 1 minute before the new 4-hour candle. What happens is I don't really know. I don't even know what is happening. So I see that the price is making support again, as you can see, making support, as you can see, and I take an entry at this candle close. Very nice, you might say. First of all, I think, if I'm not mistaken, my entry was a little bit too high, was already over there. If I'm not mistaken, it was a rushed entry, and so it was late, so it was already like over there, if not more, I don't know. What happens is that I closed partials here when the price was retracing, so I closed partials at like 5 pips of profit, and then I closed full when the candle closed bearish. Then, when I saw this candle closing bearish at the PPL, in my head there was, okay, you see, now the price is going to make a new low and the price is going to continue bearish. But I mean, we are still in this range and there's no sign of bearish style. It's not like we had that nice pullback, liquidity grab, high volume, and then we are continuing down. It's not even we break down, we are retesting these lows and then continuation down. No, we are still in the middle of the range. I'm just trying to catch the start of the trend, and that's not good. And worse than that is the trade management. Entered the rushed, closed them when the following candle was bullish for a second. This next candle did like pim pim, and then when it was bullish, I closed the full for a loss. Doesn't make any sense. Would be still a loss, but doesn't make sense to do these trades. Take these trades are awful. We are at a buy area, support is respected. So as you can see, the timing is off. We are 1 minute before the new 4-hour. The entry is not that good. The candles are flipping bearish. Guess why? Because of new 4-hour open. So that's why I'm in here. I have these 1, 2, 3 candles bearish. That's perfectly reasonable. Are we breaking these lows? No. Why are they going bearish? Because it's the new 4-hour lower wick being created. So why should I, first of all, manage the trade over there, then take a sell over there? I just have my buys, let it go. Either to a loss or either to a win. I'm over trading, clearly. Not breaking the support, it's a normal pullback, but I'm afraid of taking a stupid 2 euros dollar. Anyway, understanding, use a very aggressive liquidity grab at PPL, closing bullish. This one is a nice confirmation of support, but anyway, still after this range, I don't really like to take these trades. I was not, of course, in the mindset the demand has turned supply, but I mean, at least this is a buy at a buy area, and this can be a sell at a sell area, not in the middle. Exactly, that's why this buy is fine, this sell is awful, and that's it. Anyway, this is as you can see, 10 minutes before New York Stock Exchange opening is the regular pullback. Is the regular liquidity grab, reacting and rejecting this previous supply area and then going bearish from there. As you can see, the price action is very choppy. I mean, it's not clean. It's not clean at all. And this is not a trade. This is not a trade. I was looking for buys over there, but not with the broker. But then I saw the price was breaking below my here. The price was breaking below my support. So that's where support is broken. I'm looking for sells retest. What happened is that I see this candle, and I took the sell. It was a pre-planned area, pre-planned analysis. It's just that the price is not trending yet. So I take the full loss over there, 15 pips. Price will actually reject and show some more bearish strength. But again, I think that is a quite a normal loss. It's fine. The only thing is that the price is not really trending nicely, but we broke below the support and we are showing candle rejections at the PPL and resistance. So that makes sense. I should have managed my trade because, as you can see, candle is going above my PPL. That's fine. Then is very, very clear, but I'm already fried. My mind is already fried because how is humanly possible that I take 9, 10 trades in 25 in 1 hour, 1 hour and a half? I have to focus more on mindfulness and patience. It's fine to take a couple of attempts. Okay, maybe now with this candle is breaking, blah, blah, blah. Or now is rejecting, yes. But I have to take buys at the buys areas. I have to take sells at the sell area. That's how you want to possibly trade a range. But you have to take it at the exact top or exact bottom. You can't afford to take them in the middle, waiting, expecting the price to break. This time is the right time, it will break. Why? Anyway, this is the, of course, what's the word? Backtesting. So this 4 a.m., 10 a.m. candle is breaking, is bullish, is grabbing liquidity on the downside at the demand area and is flipping bullish. That's where I place my sort of entry because we are at a buy area, high volume. We have huge wicks left on the bottom, and there you go. The candle flips and goes 13 pips. Then we can possibly have a rejection at this area. There you go. Easy, clean, easy. Now the price is trending. We have volume. We buy at the buys. We sell at the sell. That's it. I mean, if you look my sell area, yeah, it's the same. So that's why I don't blame too much this trade. And here, backtesting absolutely makes sense. Price is rounding up and showing you that this liquidity was a liquidity grab at a high volume time, and it will push at least to this level. So 13, 15 pips. Here you have to already know that you are going to look for sells. Look at the time. The timing is live. Thing is that this time you have to enter at the candle close or at the with a sell limit. There you go. 26 pips. This is still a buy area, so you might still look for buys. There you go. This is your sort of rounding again. And there you go. You have another double bottom. But if you enter there, you are still live, even with these candles. You want to re-enter. This is the same setup for the buys. Again, this exactly. This sell would not work. And it's fine. That's because of you never know. Maybe the price will reject it again. I think it's like, no, it doesn't go. Yeah, no, it doesn't go to 10 pips, but it's fine because if you are in these buys, you can even consider. I mean, you are just edging against. These buys are still live, and you don't care. Now the price is just breaking and retesting. This is a clean double bottom, triple bottom, whatever, at a pre-planned buy setup. I could have even waited all New York for price to go to this huge 15-minute buy area plotted on the 15-minute time frame, and there you go. That's very simple, and I could have just waited and taken buys until the price was breaking below. Tan tan tan, 1, 2, 3 trades, and I'm done for the day. 20, 20, and this is going upwards. And there you go. You have the price that is breaking, retesting, break, retest. Over there, it's a clean candle. Break, retest. Yes, of course we are at a supply area, but we are now in a structured market. So look at the market over there. price is clearly in a structured pattern now. Look, respecting exactly the previous lows, previous highs, showing you the weakness, and the retest. Easy. This one, pullback, retest of these previous weeks, and then gives you another trade. This one again, and now very aggressive. Now we are at the sell area, the intermediate sell area. You can take the first sell, it's like 10 pips, but then what you see is the price is bouncing exactly at these previous lows. So it's so structured that it's not even funny. I mean, it's very funny, but it's not funny. Respect the support, respecting the support, respecting the support, respecting the support. That's when I have to trade. When it's so easy, that is embarrassing. It's embarrassing to trade like this. It's too easy to trade when you see these things. Okay, support. Yes, it is showing you weakness, but where is it reacting at the low of the sell? This now is a supply turned demand. You can call resistance turned support, and there you go. It's acting as a support, showing you bullish. Now you're 25 pips of distance from you are making new higher highs, higher lows. You fail to make a new lower low. That's a high chance that this one will make a new higher high, or at least retest these previous highs. So that's where you can enter, have like 13 pips partials, and then the rest at 20 pips. But you have to be aware that, I mean, this is supply turn demand. So now you're buying at support. You can even buy here, buy at support, and here you sell at resistance, because this is a sell area, and it's not something that you know now. You think this is a sell. You know it from this morning. You knew, you charted up. So that's why should I trade in the middle of this madness when I can trade one buy, one sell? Done for the week. I can make all the profits in the world in this time frame. 2 trades, a few trades over there, a few scalps. This is a 100 pip move that we saw it from the bottom because we understood that this was a demand area. We can take a buy, and the runner can go 120 pips over there. And then you go, what you see? You see that you are at a sell area and we have rejection. I'm not telling you that, okay, you enter there. You can enter everywhere. This is the first candle, you can enter over there. So 15, 20 pips you cover, and you are covered. You don't get out. Why should you get out? Okay, you enter, you have another confirmation, you take a second entry. But that's when you have like 30, absolutely 30 pips. And you look on the left, okay, where is price slowing down? Oh gosh, it's really here? Okay, yes, it's exactly at these previous lows. Look, it's exactly at these previous lows of these candle bodies. You can, if you do like this, let me use the magnet so that it's absolutely there. Okay, 30 pips, it's fine. I knew that this supply area was there from the morning, so I'm taking full advantage of it. And that's it. Then you have the bounce, but you don't care. Of course, now it's too late. You don't care about anything. But that's when you should enter. And when I say you, I mean me. You should be patient. Patience is the key. This is shit trading compared to what an experienced trader can do. Buys over there. You can enter buys. Tack. This is 120 pips. Wait, what stop loss? I mean, you could have given like 20 pips, 15 pips stop loss if you entered at the right moment. 15, 20 pips. I give you 20 pips stop loss. you go over there, go on the back, and I want you to do like this. And these cells are clean, look. 15 pips, 15.45. From there, I don't even know where it is. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Very, very simple understanding of the price action. That's why my confidence is coming. Of course, my confidence is not the live trading is shit because I still trade when I should not. I'm not patient and I'm looking for trades very, very heavily, if I can say so. And instead of being patient and looking for the cleanest price action possible. Yeah, this makes sense even. Like this. Tuck, bounced. Okay, guys. Like this. This is it for today. And we'll see you on Monday. See you guys.